Don't mind me, just was violently coughing. Hello, hello. You don't think we're in space anymore? What, did a tornado like send us to another land? Or a space tornado? You know, those Sharknado has those title. Did I not update the title? I I updated it. I didn't click done. Okay, thank you. Okay, it should be updated now. I figured there was just yeah. I had it typed out. I just hadn't clicked done yet because I always forget it doesn't live update, which makes sense. There's no reason it should, but makes it easy to mess up. Okay, so we apparently died immediately because I left the game running, to try to get some production. Then I forgot that standing still causes lava to spawn on underneath you. Well, not lava, but it pretends the floor is lava. So like it effectively spawns lava underneath you. And I need what I know so far. Okay, so we are at 5 satellites out of, I think, 10. I don't know what that means. Um, Wait a minute. Wait. Is the default amount of rockets supposed to be 1,000? I was told it was 34. Well, either way, it should be. Wait. I don't know. Back to space! Except for not actually going to space because my title is wrong. We're finishing up the horrible, horrible pain run. So I wrote in the title, well, not the title, the save title, more blue chips. That is apparently what is limiting our rocket launches. We need to do 4 rocket launches today, which doesn't sound like that much, but considering it's expensive mode and everything has stopped running, it's harder than I thought. You just released a helicopter mod with support for IR3, so you're playing K2. Excellent. That's all that work for the mod just so you can play a different one. That's based. Okay, so we were low on copper last time. We are still low on copper this time. That sounds right. What the heck is happening there? Oh, Spider's got a little bit too close to the base. You did play 28 hours of IR for the update. 280. Whoa, that's a lot. You really like that. Well, now so it's a real bummer I can't play it. At least I can't stream it. I mean, technically I could play it offline, but if I did that, I wouldn't stream those days, so I don't think it would be a fair trade-off. Oh, right. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Okay, so blue chips are bad. Let me guess. They're missing green chips? Yeah, they're always missing green chips. These, for some reason, are not copper limited. They are iron limited. Huh. Well then, if iron is my bottleneck, can I fix that? Do I just have like a poor distribution of stuff? Is that the issue? No, I don't. I don't want it there. It's all always suffering. Them's the rules. Technically I should prio it the other way and then send the excess this way. Of course, it's it's a meme run. I keep forgetting how unpleasant it is to build. Okay, so it makes things permanent. It makes it that the rotations are sometimes random. That one's actually a lot more annoying than I thought it would be. I don't know how. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be so frequent. And I also thought it only applied to inserters. Oh boy, was I wrong. It is so much worse than that. So we're trying to revive our base. Because currently we are producing... Honestly, I feel like we're not producing enough copper. But I don't really know what the issue is with it. So that's the fun part of not having played this for a week or two. Did we play last week? I don't remember if we played last week. I know we took a week or two off to do... What was it? Oh, reverse Torio, just because this run was getting to me a little bit. a lot of it. So we took a short break from it, but now we're back, and just don't remember what we were doing, even though it's been like a very short time. Apparently, my memory is only a couple days. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Right, I forgot. Full inventory damage is used. How could I forget? How could I forget such an obvious thing? Okay, so this doesn't actually have iron ever being routed out through it, so how can I fix that? Okay, that should work. Hold on. I had that moment where I like really had to sneeze, but also didn't have to sneeze, so I just had to like mute the mic for like 30 seconds. I don't think it was that long. It felt like 30 seconds to try to decide if I was going to sneeze right into the mic or not. Definitely glad took it safe, I guess. There was something I was gonna say when I started. What was it? I don't know. I don't know if it was just a random thought or relevant to Factorio, but either way, I've been working on my 100% design a little bit. Wait, why was I taking iron out of this despite not having any iron sent here? How did that work? Maybe I just thought I queued it up and never did. Well, either way, let's see. Can we fix this? I think so. Well, now it feels like we're not iron limited anymore. Now it feels like I'm more belt limited than anything. Actually, yeah, that might be it. I might be belt limited more than actually iron limited. So this should help a lot. We have a splitter here. I could theoretically siloed it. What's the ratio for green chips anyway? It's 2 to 1. Okay. So that means speeding it up. Really, it's 2 to 1, huh? We're not iron limited anymore. We're just limited. Yeah, that's pretty. That's an accurate summary of it. That was weird. Weird orphan underground. Was that the problem all along? That might have been the problem all along. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how that happened though. Did I upgrade in 2 halves? Probably. I don't even know how you can upgrade 1/2. That's real weird. I'm just gonna accept it and say mods jank and just move on with my life. Oh, this is what. Oh, this is why I have so much copper now. I see. Okay, so if we can get some circuits, we can set up some basic logic. That would be cool. Look at us doing logic for once. Okay, so I want to prioritize LBS, right? So we can do this. We can read belt content, hold, not pulse. And then these only activate if all of these sum to, let's say, they don't have to be completely full, but let's say like 22, 21, something like that. There we go. So that way this will prioritize the output, and these only run if these are basically completely backed up. So hopefully that works. And that will keep circuits running prioritized over. Wow. Bots never got up there. Oh my gosh. Wait, is it invincible? Oh, that's why it broke. It's invincible. Yes. I remember now. We have mods that make things harder. Who would have thought? Ow. That was unfortunate timing, but I guess it worked out. As I like how I say ow, like it actually hurts. I don't know why. I used to be like the kind of person where if someone slammed the locker next to me, I say ow because it felt like, like weird thing where it feels like your hand. It was like that situation. Except obviously not, because this one isn't even real life. This is just Factorio. I guess, I don't know. I spend so much time in Factorio. It might as well be real life, right? I mean, I play, what, 20 hours of it a week? Which admittedly is not that much compared to a lot of people. I feel like that's actually on the low end. Because I do... Actually, is it even that much? I feel like I do 5 3-hour streams a week. So 15 hours a week. And I call myself a Factorio streamer. What's up with that? feel like that isn't right. Also, what's up with this too? This seems odd. I feel like we should be getting more iron. Oh, let me guess. They don't have a splitter. Or it's invincible, one of the two. But our base is looking kind of nice, so that's good. Have we launched any more silos? No. Not even close. We haven't even made like... We've made like 5 RCUs since we started today. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, now I see why I expected this to take a whole stream. Because it's expensive. And this is missing radars. That means we've probably made all of this. I think we counted it out, so that should be all of them we need. And then if we type this again, that should be good. I do have a question for Red Rave once he gets here, if he's not here already. But I don't think he is. He normally says first. And he has not said that yet. I guess this is only like a third of a silo. I don't have to care if it backs up. Okay, so green chips should look a little bit healthier now, right? They should, but I feel like they don't. Oh, wait. This whole lane... Well, I don't want to say the whole lane is running, but more of the lane is running. So that's progress. It is getting full belt of iron. But I might be cutting it. No, I think I upgraded. I think I upgraded at the, or downgraded it at the right point. Yeah, that should be exactly the 50-50. Yeah, this is moving full speed. No, that looks good. Although I don't know if 50-50 is actually... You know what? 50-50 might not be where it splits because I do have some weird gaps in the circuits. So we'll just upgrade it more. It's not like we're using burner inserters. Fast inserters can actually grab from a red belt. You know, it's not something I'm used to, but it's something that I should acknowledge is a real thing. Okay, now that these are working, I am reminded again why I have no copper. And then, do we have backup armor? I know we do, but I don't know where it is. So hopefully I left it in a smart place. But knowing me, I didn't. There's a very, very slim chance that I was smart about this. So I think we can assume that I messed up with pretty good confidence. And then I would actually like to redesign this to have more walls in it, if I could. Which makes it more expensive, but it also makes it less likely to cave in, which is very nice. Okay, so that should be 12, right? Wait, 18? 16? Oh, that's 12? Wait. Oh, sorry, 24. That makes more sense. Wow, this is not upgraded. This is not at the halfway point at all. Okay, that should work. That gets us a few more walls in the middle. Now we could also start using red belt because it's honestly not terribly expensive. Wait, what the heck is this? What is this? Huh. Okay, well that's not set up right. That's not set up right at all. And that is why we are rebuilding this lane. So we can copy it and have it not work. Pain, unfortunately pain is not a command. I feel it would have been a good one. No, it definitely would have been a good one. But yeah, with the pain is just everything. Has anyone ever heard, oh gosh, it's a song from Teen Titans Go, and the lyrics are pain. All I know is pain, and it's sung by like a little robot. It would have been a good song to have as background music for this, for sure. Though it is a little bleak. It is a little bleak with how much it says pain. Should backlink to meme run Monday? Yeah, that would be simple enough. Oh, they broke that. Okay. Okay, I think we have a much higher wall density now that we can make this work. Yeah, this should be way better. Well, I say way better. I think that's an overstatement. And then there's probably some more spots. Basically, the more spots we can place walls, the better. Because it helps a lot with cave-in to have extra. Okay, perfect. Then we can put this in our blueprint book too. Yeah. Ow. Once again, saying ow despite not actually being in the game. Or maybe I can just say maybe I am really in the game and Factorio is just that immersive. Who really knows? Can I walk through this design? I don't know if I'll be able to walk through this design. That's a good one. Add command, pane. And it's one that works every week. Except for the typo. But, you know, aside from that, this is good. There we go. Let's pretend that period wasn't there, okay? There we go. And look at that. We're taking damage again. Awesome. Prepare thyself? Prepare thyself for what? Oh no. Did I summon waves of biters? Do you know something about this mod that I don't? Because so I was warned that this does become wave defense at some point. Oh, it's worse? I don't know what that means. But I don't think I need worse. I definitely don't need worse. This mod's already worse enough. Okay, this should be all right. Don't know why my inventory is so full. Oh, I know why my inventory is so full. It's because we're constantly mining rocks. Ooh, 100% raid. That makes more sense. We got taco raid. That's so much better. That's so much better than biters. We are under attack. What, by a horde of tacos? Welcome, Mac. Were you doing 100% still? I saw you got to sub 415. Huge congrats to that. I didn't notice we broke a minute barrier last week. Ooh, trying to push 412. Nice. I have been working on a 100% base myself, and it's not competitive. But there's a lot of work that goes into them. It is a huge project to even like try to like make changes to those bases. It's like mad respect for being able to do your own changes to the blueprint, because I can't even make changes to my own. You've had 412 chips and 412 science. Okay, so yeah, if you just like line them up a little bit, you can get that. Nice. I was wondering where you got the estimate from, since I imagine segmented 100% is not that much of a thing. You gotta go back later? Alright, go enjoy your meal. I will be here suffering. Welcome, Raiders. So this is one of my mini meme run Mondays. So on Mondays I cause myself a lot of pain. Effectively, this one is definitely one of the more painful ones, but usually some kind of silly challenge run or just some like obscure funny mod. They're not always hard, but they're always a little bit weird. See, now you just need 412 yellow splitters. I don't know what that means. Like 4-minute 12? Or was he somehow yellow splittered, yellow limited for the one run? Derek doesn't change things, he just adds a few layers of duct tape. I mean, that's basically all changes are, right? That's how Factorio runs. Oh, this time around his run died because of the yells. Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just a design reference or a reference to the specific run, but that makes sense. For pain, uranium should be spicy like an SE. That would have been good, but there honestly isn't much uranium, so it wouldn't do much. But that would be a fun change. Okay, so there's a good chance that most of this doesn't run, and there isn't a great way to tell. So that's the fun part. So this is one of the biggest things of this mod. Inserters don't rotate properly. So yeah, if anyone types, let's see, or I can just type www.ksf. This is a long list of all the changes this run does to make everything painful. And the goal was apparently to launch like 34 rockets, but because I'm solo, we set that to 10. But yeah, that's the summary of what pain we have today. It makes rotations awful because inserters randomly pick a direction, and when you rotate things naturally, it also randomly picks a direction. So it's great. But random drops and having it in inventory. Oh, you just like randomly spawn inventory uranium. That hurts me. Honestly, that would have been good. We should file a complaint with Red Wraith. Be like, you could have made this run worse and you didn't. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Limiting the amount of suffering I have to do. But yeah, it sure is something. It makes building a smelting lane really tough. There's also cave-ins, which is why that you see this massive set of walls inside the furnaces. So that's fun. Okay, fun. Fun is definitely carrying a lot of weight there. It's interesting. There we go. It probably like quadruples the amount of time it takes to build a smelting lane. Oh, and they're also bots can't delete rocks, so otherwise it wouldn't be a problem. So which is why they added that restriction. So it would be a problem. Okay, so if we filter out copper here, I believe we can send the rest of it. Oh gosh. It also randomly unfilters the inventory, and I don't play with unsorted inventory, so it's always a little bit rough to navigate. Yeah, it does a lot of things, ranging from like really big slowdowns to just mildly frustrating, like my inventory filling up a little bit and then damaging me. It has almost no change on the game, but it does it does add up and cause frustrations over time. So yeah, it really is something. That's the best way I can describe it. And then let's see what else. And then tomorrow we'll be working on 100% base design. We are pretty close to running it. I think I'll be able to run it starting in... I want to run it in September. I'm hoping first week of September, but I might have to miss a couple days, like a week or so of streams over the next month, so that makes it that the September 1st goal might be far away. It depends. But yeah, we'll be running the slowest 100%. It will be the slowest submitted 100% run, ideally. Well, okay, ideally it would be like second to last, but realistically, it's probably going to be dead last. Let's see. Slowest submitted run is 10:17. We're not beating that. So we will be the slowest run by probably about 2 hours after spending 160 hours of work on it. It's going to be great. You think anything slower than 8 hours isn't accepted anymore? That doesn't seem right. Unless they made that change like really recently. Maybe for any percent, but that seemed no. That's incredibly restricting for a 100% run. They made changes that it can't. I think they made changes about how it can be submitted. But we're talking about a run. Having a run that's like 4 hours at its fastest, not accepting anything twice half that speed would be a bit extreme. 24 hours I could see. But normally you don't have the slowest accepted submission at just like double. There might have been discussion of it, maybe, or like limiting like the VOD length. Because I remember there was one time where they let you split the videos. And then that rule was changed a little bit, but I don't remember how. But yeah, hopefully it's amended. If not, I mean, I'll still submit. If not, like, I still want to do the run within the general rules. But yeah, it's a burner only base, so it's gonna take like 12 hours because I'll be UPS limited starting around. I'm not entirely sure. My estimate is about 5 million green chips, but if I'm lucky, I can get up to 8 million green chips per hour. But that means I'll finish outposting and still have 2 to 3 hours of just like sitting there messing around. So we'll see what we actually do with that. I mean, a lot of it will be clearing up achievements like burning stuff, running into biter bases, all that good stuff. But you know, that's also only what um, 5 minutes of work. So we'll have to figure out something to do for the last couple hours. I'm thinking of setting up. Oh, actually, I can't because I'm UPS limited. I was gonna say I could set up another screen, or like, and play a different game in the bottom corner. But yeah, I don't think that'll be viable. Don't think that'll work like I want. I could paint some funny pictures with belts. I was actually going to have something along those lines as a redeem. Just because it's going to be 12 hours. If I lose like a minute because somebody wants me to draw something with inserters, it's fine. So I'll probably do some stuff like that. But we also have like 8 hours. We'll have 2 hours to kill. Well, okay. I think theoretically I can keep expanding down to like 55 UPS and still save time. But that would still give me like 1 hour of absolutely nothing. But at the other side of things, it's going to be like 10 hours into the run, so I don't think I'll care that much anymore. I'll just be like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Currently, the stream is planned from like 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. Hopefully, it doesn't go much later than that, but we'll see. We'll have a better estimate once I do practice. Yeah, pictures are a good option. I used to have a capture card for my... Well, I still have a capture card. I used to have the ability to play the Switch and restream that. So I was genuinely just going to do Suika game for 2 hours, which, if anyone's not familiar with it, it's just like a watermelon. It's like Tetris meets 2048 is not the best way I can describe it. It's really fun. It was super popular back in last October. Like, everybody was playing it. It's just a cute little relaxing game. It would have been perfect to kill time. But then I broke my capture card cable. And it's a very weird version of USB that I don't have a replacement for anywhere, and I keep forgetting to order one. Kawaii 2048. Kawaii 2048. Yeah, exactly. That is a very accurate description of it. What did I come up for? Oh, I didn't need to go up. I just needed to buy more rockets. Let's see. Where's the shop? It's been a while since I found one. Oh, there they are. At least we have plenty of coins. Hopefully that's the right one. Yeah. For some reason, mods plural doesn't refer to this one, but I updated mod, so I guess it's fine. Weird version of no. See, I have micro USBs. It's like what is it? What is the one between that's like a little bit funkier than that? Mini USB? It's the one USB we don't have a lot of. Like, I have USB oh gosh, B? I think that's the right one. USB B. No. Maybe what's the... Yeah, I have more USB B cables than I have mini USBs. Yeah, it's mini. I had to look it up. Which isn't like that unusual. There are weirder things, but that's the one we just don't have any of. It's really weird that I have more USB Bs though, considering that one's even weirder. That's the wrong thing. Where's rockets? There we go. Let's buy 100. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I just haven't replaced it, which means I can't record with the Switch. It's because, well, speeds don't matter. It's a capture card, right? So the speed only doesn't need to be that high. Like, unless you're recording 4K, which I wouldn't be anyway, you can make do with very low, like, USB speeds. The biggest issue is that it's just a weird cable that I don't have access to replace things. But the capture card's like 10 years old. Um, and I don't play like console games enough to justify buying like $150 capture card that's either built into my computer or uses USB-C or like an actually good standard. So it's one of those things where if I played it more, it would be fine. But for my use case, it works perfectly okay. I just need to get a new cable and not forget. Better than micro USB. This one broke pretty easily. So I don't know if this one breaks less often. USB 2.0 speeds are 480 megabits is a lot for capturing data. Like YouTube is like 6 megs per second. Streaming is 6 megs per second. So you don't really need 1,000 times that for a capture card. Like obviously, there's a little bit more than that with compression, but not like 1,000 times difference. So there's plenty of headroom for like recording 1080p 60 on USB 2.0 speeds. Yeah, but YouTube is compressed to hell and back with a compression that you can't really do on the fly with the capture card. Specifically, don't want to either. Yeah, well, that's why I said there's some headroom. Like, it's still a factor of like 50 between the two. Maybe not 1,000, but there's still plenty of headroom. Like the recordings look perfectly fine. Honestly, I don't even know if the updated version does USB 3.0. I mean, I think they have one now, but if I got a 1080p one, there's really no reason for any of them to have that. Yeah, it's really a non-issue. Let's see, what was I out of? Oh, I was out of red belts. Yeah, the only real problem is that I just don't have a mini USB. One day. One day I'll decide to buy a 10-foot long mini USB cable. I mean, I could make do with a shorter one, but ideally, if I could get a 10-foot one, that would make things... It would make it less likely to break in the future. Since the reason it broke is because I stepped on it. Because I had to chain it with another extender. But that wouldn't happen if I just had a longer cable in general. But yeah, it broke pretty fast. It broke pretty easily. Capture card's fine though, that's what matters. Okay, we should be fine to make it there now, yeah. I like how by the time we make it, we'll probably have launched like 2 more rockets. I don't actually know, what is our rocket? I don't know my rocket count. Hello Asher, welcome. Yeah, if you type, that's just like a general summary is pain. If you type wwksf, that gives a list of what the changes actually are. What's the link to? There's no context here, so I don't know. Don't know what to allow. Amazon? Oh, is it a 10-foot micro USB? Or mini USB? You can just share that in the Discord if that's all it is. If it's cool socks, I can send it here, but if it's just a link to a capture card, it can go in the Discord. Because it will definitely get lost here by the time I would use it. Yeah, that's one thing I had in mind for killing the last 2 hours of the run, or killing time the last couple hours of the run. We'll see if we actually do it. It really depends. It could be possible that the expansion phase the outposting phase takes so long that I don't actually have that much time to kill. Since theoretically, I could do all my outposts in, I don't know, 3 hours or so. Then I'll have 1 to 2 hours left. But if I mechanically just like 2 minutes slower on each outpost, then I only have like an hour left, and that's not too bad. Is there a record of games speedrun at the same time? Oh, there probably is. I don't know what it would be. I definitely don't know what it would be, but I mean, I know people have like done multiple speedruns at the same time, but they've never been like official. The ones I've seen have never been like official. They usually use like mods to like kind of bring them all together. So they play the game at the same time with like the same controls, but it's not like just speedrunning them simultaneously, so they wouldn't officially count. Someone has to have that. Although, there's a lot of games that have a lot of idling. If you could like sync the cutscenes, and like if you find games that are very cutscene heavy, I feel like you could get the number pretty high, right? You mean technically I could do 2 at the same... We'll pull up an any percent. I'll do an any percent run. Oh, I'll get back into any percent and do an any percent run while I wait for circuits. If I could actually do it, that would be pretty fun. Unfortunately, I only have 1 computer, so that wouldn't actually work. Super Mario, I guess something that's not hard on processor, I could theoretically do pretty well. Since, like, obviously another instance of Factorio would be a pretty significant drain on my resources, even only in any percent. Just having 2 Factorio open isn't great if they're both doing stuff. Mario, though, I feel like an SNES emulator would not be a huge burden. Oh, something running on the Switch. Gotcha. Yeah, I could probably do the Switch thing. There is some other logistics to work out with the Switch. Mostly in terms of interrupting the recording. I think I can make it work. It's a little bit janky, but I think I could do it. Yeah, the cable is one hurdle. The other hurdle is that when I switch inputs over to the Switch, it could break things and interrupt the recording of Factorio in the first place. So I need to do some tests. I think if I switch which HDMI input it uses, it might not break things. Which is a big if, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. Because I use an HDMI switcher. But I do technically have 2 HDMI ports. I might test it. I would definitely test it before the run. Because the last thing I want is for it to interrupt the recording for like 5 seconds and then, you know, have it not be valid. Like, I obviously don't care about being last... I don't care that much about being last place, but I also would feel really sad if I did all that work and it wasn't even possible to submit the run because of that. Although, I would have done it. I would do it. I would do it either way. I'd do the run either way. Because I have been wondering, like, if the run somehow gets interrupted, like if I lose internet, that wouldn't be an issue. But if for some reason, like, the recording cancels, I will keep doing the run that day. I definitely don't care that much about submitting it to where I would just stop the run I'd planned for so long. I would just do it again another day. Yeah, the blueprints... Oh, you just need... Yeah, the blueprints will definitely be public afterwards. I mean, I'd have to submit the file, right? Yeah, I can't wait for it to become an actual category. People help optimize the blueprints. It's most useless. One of the biggest wastes of time ever. It'll be an excellent adventure. I wonder which Mario game would be fun. Ooh, this is gonna cave in. I'm out of walls. Okay, well, let's go check on our base. At least we have some copper. What do I have? I guess technically I only have Odyssey. Switch Online, though, would let me do anything. People make better stations? What do you mean? Oh, like our train stations? I think our train stations are pretty solid. Ooh, nice. We're up to 7. Cool. I've been considering we're using burner inserters. I'd say we did a pretty good job of it. Or mostly you did a pretty good job of it. I was pretty content with the station so far. Curve stations are still cursed despite their actual improvement to the meta. Wait, what do you... Wait, do they use curved stations in their outpost? In their base? That sounds right. Do I use curved stations? I think we ended up putting the train header on the curve, right? Something like that. But right? Am I misremembering that? I thought the head of the train was on a curve, and then the rest of it was straight. The most cursed part is that the blueprinting the train on a curve actually works. Really? I just assumed that would break. I just assume most things break, though, to be fair. Okay, so we have launched 2 rockets. We have launched 2 rockets so far, 3 to go. We are on pace. Excellent. You know, wait, hold on, let's see. Rocket control units. We are producing... Ow. Acid. We're producing 50 per minute. We need about 750, so that's 15 minutes launch. Yeah, okay. You know, we're on pace to finish by 2 hours. Cool. Like 99.9% of other cases it would break, but somehow Glassbricks did it anyway. Okay. So it was like a define all odds situation. That's impressive then. I don't know anything about trains. It takes me a long time to get anything to work with them. I can set up my outpost train because it's literally just a single train and it doesn't have anything on the network, so it's not that much to brag about. But I can set up one train. The rest of it, someone else had to take care of for me to make it decent. But I mean, I'm still happy with the train design, despite only the general concept being my idea of the unloading section. I think when... Oh, actually, hold up. Do I have any trains? There's something I want to point out that I forgot to point out yesterday. And now is a good time. So, yeah, perfect. Okay. So we remember how my burner trains... Let's see, will this cave in? Probably not. Okay, so you know how my burner trains, they look something like this inside? So they have fuel first, and then they have ore filtered out. And this is to make it that when the home station trains are unloading, they can always fuel themselves. And we have 2 stacks just to account for the first fuel, because the first fuel takes a little bit under 50, but to be safe, I made it a little bit more. So what I realized is I can do this instead. But the issue with this design, actually, let's point out the issue. The issue with this design is when they're filling the train with fuel, up to like a quarter of them can... Actually, up to a third of the inserters, if the timing is terrible, can actually permanently lock... Not permanently lock themselves, but lock themselves until the next train. So I lose filling capacity, which means I have to add 2 extra inserters to every single wagon at every single outpost, right? It's not great. It does amount to like 500 idling inserters or something. So I want to avoid that. So what I can do instead is this, and it still gives me 50 fuel to use. It still gives me 100 fuel to use for like the first filling, so that way I can guarantee I get enough. But then they'll empty this out first, then they'll empty all the copper, and then there's still 50 left for them to refill after they empty all of the iron. So if we do this order, it makes it safe for the unloading by having one fuel unloaded last, and it makes it safe for the loading by making it that one fuel is loaded last. So that was like I don't know, I thought of it yesterday, but haven't had a chance to change it into my blueprints. But if we do something like this, we can make our outposts actually spec'd to the right amount of inserters instead of just having extra to say like, oh, this is enough if we get lucky. So I'm excited about that. It's a very small change, but we realized it whenever we were building the outpost trains that we could just put coal in different spots and solve every problem at once. Hello, Bep. Welcome, welcome. Now they could get stuck on ore instead of coal, though. The thing is, though, there's not that much coal. So that it's only one stack of coal. That's not necessarily a problem. Or coal, so it's not a problem. So, like, the difference is we fill 38 stacks of ore at 70% of the speed is a very significant hit to speed, right? That's like an extra 30 seconds. Or we fill 50 fuel at 70% speed. Worst case scenario, that's like 2 seconds. So that's the difference. They can still get stuck on ore, but it's only one slot of the train instead of 38. So it's a lot less painful if it does happen. We don't have walls. That's fine. We have enough production. Well, technically we don't, but we'll pretend we have enough production. But yeah, that's the big thing with that. Technically, it's not a perfect system, but it's definitely a lot better. Oh, come on. Whatever. Guess we can't fix that. I thought we had some walls still. But yeah, it'll be a nice improvement. It's not huge, but being able to save a couple inserters that early is just a little, it's nice. Or at least knowing that I can't accidentally lose like half of my production at any given point, because that's pretty significant. Half of the filling speed is really bad. I don't usually get that bad, but it's something that can happen if the timing just happens to be right, which would make my base stall a little bit for a couple minutes. Probably wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would add up if it kept happening. So why is fuel so bad? Oh, okay, that's easy. We never connected the outputs. Will this work? Yeah. Okay, cool. I hope the north is safe. I really want Red Rafe to get here because I am curious about the inn condition and why I got a different number earlier today than I was told. I'm very confused by that. Because my understanding was that it took 34. My understanding was that it took 34 launches to beat this, and then we changed it to 10. But when I typed in the command earlier, it was at 1,000, which is a lot higher. Like, that is a much higher number. Much, much higher. But, I mean, it doesn't matter because we can change it. I'm just really curious if it was actually 1,000 and he got the 34 wrong. Because that would be brutal if we had to do 1,000. That cave-in was too close for comfort. Looks like we'll be okay. And then I guess can we afford to upgrade this loader? Yes, we can. Awesome. I placed it wrong. Okay. That should be much better. I feel like we're still not getting quite enough copper, but at least it's better. Yeah, this is a pretty Honestly, that's a decent amount of green chips. I wonder if it's backed up at all by the belts. I'm gonna upgrade. It looks like it might be oversaturated on one side and not the other, which means it could possibly benefit from a speed upgrade. Because if I had to guess, we're sideloading them. Because this seems to be uneven distribution if there isn't a side load. But it's hard to say. It could also just be that they're prioritizing the wrong side. Okay, we need a splitter over there. I don't think we have any in our inventory. And then we also desperately needed walls because we kept running into issues with that, which is not great. That's why we kept having cave-ins, because we just did not have any walls on us. I know we have a lot. We should have like 500, 1,000, something like that. Or 4,500. Okay, that also is a lot of. That's also a lot of walls. I'll take that. I feel like our inventory is full of a lot of junk that I don't really want to get rid of, but I feel like I should. Like blueprints, we obviously can get rid of those. What else? We don't need bricks, we don't need wire, we don't need a single boiler. If I want to keep building things, I do need a lot of this stuff, though. Ow. The acid that spawns when you stand in space for a while isn't great. I would not recommend that. It's one of those things, it's one of the mildly annoying parts of this mod. Like, it doesn't really affect that much, but it does cause a lot of damage if you forget about it. Like, right when I started the stream today, I was just good at AFK for like 5 minutes during the waiting screen, and then I died because I was standing in acid the whole time. So I can't really ever AFK. They make it that you can't just idle. Now, if I was multiplayer, if I was playing a multiplayer, it probably would have been fine since the game would have kept running. But since I was single player, it just paused, and I got no production out of it, and I just came back from getting ready to a failure screen, which was fun. Okay, yeah, these are running a lot better. Wow. We're running like 4 rows of them. I know this I know it's not that much, but that's still decent progress. Oops. It would be even better if we had access to prod 3s or assembler 3s. Let's see. It looks like the research cost is reset though, so we're just not going to worry about that. We don't need it. Okay. So we connected copper. I still feel like we're limited by copper though. But maybe now that we have the extra lane, we'll be okay. You released the mod 2 hours ago. 30 minutes ago, you got a report crash. As you noticed it 5 minutes ago, and 5 minutes later, there's already a new release. Well, at least there's already a new release. I thought you were gonna say there was a new release, and then 5 minutes later, it crashed again. That's where I kind of expected that to go. So, I mean, it's not that. That's something. Okay, green chips. Okay, we're still copper limited. Okay, what can we do about this? I feel like these are backing up. I feel like it's a distribution issue, which makes sense. I shouldn't be surprised by that, but I am, just a little bit. Let me guess. Invincible thing? Yep. I mean, it could have been worse, but that was the wrong button. Or that was the wrong type of ammo. Go away. Yeah, it could have been worse. I'll give it that. That's always a good award to get. Okay, let's place this here so that way I don't need to replace that belt. There's so many belts that just break smart belting here. Okay, there we go. That should be all right. Hello, Para. Welcome, welcome. I think we're good. I don't know how I would actually check to see if there's any more yellow belt left. Nope, there's some. I guess we just go fast. Oops, that was the wrong color. Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of speeding it up if there's any yellow belt. But yeah, the invincible belts cannot be upgraded, so they cause a lot of problems. Okay, that should help a lot with the production. And then speed modules are finally backed up, or finally starting to back up, which means we should start getting a lot more chips soon. Because now they can kind of just all go towards blue chips. Oh, wait, that corner is unupgraded. Upgrading the speed does nothing if this corner is still yellow. Ooh, looks like we're pretty close to another launch too. Excellent. Okay, I count 3. I count 5 sections that are yellow, and it looks like we've undergrounded past them. Awesome. And then I could also do a side balancer early. That could help. Although I don't know if that's really... I don't know if that's really my biggest problem here. But there's very little reason not to side balance. It's pretty easy. And then I guess we can upgrade this to a red belt. Because I feel like we definitely have a belt bottleneck at some point due to uneven distribution. At least it's not a Cloud Strike level issue. That is, yeah, that's, at least it didn't cause issues with like a third of the world or whatever it was. I feel like most of my friends weren't affected by it. But I know a lot of people were. I didn't notice it at all, but I liked the memes. The memes are good. The memes are always good whenever something bad happens, right? That's just how they work. Okay, and then I think we don't have this split well enough. So what we can do, we can do a side load here. Yeah, okay. I said yeah, like I actually had an idea in mind, but then I realized this doesn't actually reach. Ooh, but it might. No, I think we can make it reach. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. That's just yellow science. We finished all of our research. Okay. That will give us slightly more blue chips. Awesome. Okay, what's our new production of RCUs? I can't wait for it to just say a smaller number than we had before. Yep. Yep. We are way slower than I thought we were. I don't know how we had a spike that made it 45, but we are not maintaining that. It could be because we were in the middle of upgrades. We did kind of stall it for a while because half of the chips weren't moving. So it's possible we do actually produce 45 per second when everything's running full speed. It's just not possible to do that. And then it looks like there's some iron we can upgrade. Yeah, upgrading belts does not work with this mod. Because you just spend so much time like just babysitting belts that have random gaps like this. Okay, I think... Oh, never mind. There's still more gaps. You can see where they decompress. And that's basically your only chance to see if it's failed to upgrade. Okay, I think that's all the red belts that we missed. And then these were all underground, so these are easy to tell if they were set up improperly. Okay, so moment of truth. How do we fix this? I don't know why I said moment of truth there. That was not the right expression. Wait a minute. This has extra green chips that we're not using. What's wrong with me? No, we should be totally good to just repurpose that. Where is it at? This lane. Aw, come on. I placed my splitter somewhere. Does anybody see it? It can like auto place a splitter, and I heard the sound, but I don't see it anywhere. It's highlighted. What does it look like? There it is. There it is. If you have an item out, like if I grab an item to place it and just kind of like hold it, so that way placing it is easier when I finally get there, it usually backfires. It almost always backfires. Then I can add a splitter here. There we go. But yeah, it's pretty much always backfired anytime I've tried to grab an item early. Would not recommend it. Okay, so that can sideload there. And then we can upgrade this. That doesn't go to blue chips. This is the wrong lane. Okay. Does the side here matter? No, it does not. Okay, perfect. Now they can all technically go where they're supposed to. The only issue with it is that, well, these could use speed mods. Now we just need to improve copper here, and then we should be good. Yeah, now we just need to casually improve copper, which has been our biggest bottleneck for so long. Easy peasy. Although I think there is a way, because this has surplus copper, right? If this is getting surplus copper, we can route this all the way up here. Technically. It's not the greatest option. Yeah, I like how I have a splitter only to prio it afterwards. And of course the one splitter that I placed became invulnerable. Excellent. I needed that. Okay, place that, and now it's time for our favorite part of every Factorio playthrough, spaghetti. I really need a spaghetti time, considering how many times I say the word spaghetti in a single run. It really is, it seems necessary with my build style, if style is the right word. Build mess, it seems more accurate. I don't know, you could argue that it's somewhat stylish, I don't know. Okay. So that can cut through. Awesome. We're trying to bring copper, right? Oh gosh. This was not the place to do this. Let's go around. Let's see. We can cut through here. Also, I finally found my chest with backup power armor. I have been wondering where that was this whole run. Well, not the whole run, but for the past 2 streams. We reached our first, well, not our first death, but our first death due to biters a couple streams ago, and we were not able to recover our corpse very easily. Let's just say that. Oh, we struggled. We managed, but it took a few more deaths to actually get our corpse, so would not recommend. So we try to keep a backup suit with extra like power armor. I forgot to put it in a chest and then lost it. It was on me whenever I died again to biters. And then we died a 3rd time after I had stored my power armor suit, but I stored it in a random chest somewhere, and we have probably, let's see, 100 iron chests. Almost all of those are just random dump chests. So we had about 100 chests of just random stuff anywhere. There was no hope of me finding that power armor. So we just gave up and lost it again. It kind of worked. I don't know if worked is the right word, actually. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, is probably a more accurate description. No, it's definitely a more accurate description. That plays something. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, so if we compress this, I think we're good, and then we can do the same thing here. Perfect. Now, I don't know if the iron will keep up. I think it will. I'm wondering if I should have done 2 speed mods instead of a speed plus prod, because we do actually have enough production these days. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do speed plus prod. Or let's just do 2 speed. That sounds, I don't know. I was going to say that sounds like a racing term, but it very much does not sound like an actual racing term. But it sounds like what someone would have as a fake racing term in like a cartoon. You got to go to 2 speed whenever you whenever you're about to win. Okay, I think this looks all right. Okay, so that should help. I wanted to say a lot, but that's not that accurate. It's gonna help a little bit because we just went from, it's like 75% crafting speed to 105. Yeah, that's like a 50% boost in copper, which is really only like maybe a 30% increase in circuits. But on the other hand, these look pretty solid. Now this line looks pretty good. If we look at our production, we're back up. We're producing a solid 60 per minute. Okay, we have a stable RCU production. Oh, we have to be pretty close. We're two rockets away. Let's see. We have some processing units in here that we can repurpose. That would help. Although if we miscounted, then this is gonna set us back a little bit, but if we haven't miscounted, it's not a huge problem. Probably should not have put 40 in a single assembly machine, realizing those will never really get spent in time. Actually, you know what? They might. Well, now it doesn't matter. We slightly destroyed it. Okay, well, yeah, that's okay. This one still has 50. This one still has 50. Okay, maybe let's just be smart about this. We literally have a chest for this purpose. Wait, what? Ah, right. It's been a while since that one affected me. One of the mods, or one of the changes with this mod is it slowly replaces your hotbar just completely randomly. So you get random junk, like a heat interface. I think a heat interface isn't technically a thing. I think it's... Or maybe it's like infinite... Maybe it's creative mode, like infinite chest for heat, but it's not something you can actually place in the game. So it even puts like creative mode stuff down here that just taunts you. It's kind of cruel, but it also makes it that anytime I try to build something, I usually place a ghost of some random junk. Okay, so last time, people requested that I get 100,000 coins. So we're just going to go mine some rocks because I think that is the best use of our time right now. Maybe. Okay, maybe not the best use of time. It is a use of our time that I think is worth it. Although it's going to be a little bit annoying. We might die a few times. But we have not much else to do while we wait for it to finish. So I would like to launch a stack of 100,000 coins. Yeah, I don't think we can filter coins. So instead we can filter... Yeah, we just have to filter item on ground. Okay, that's 2,300 coins. That's not too bad. And then if we just upgrade every chest to a red chest, it's probably a lot more coins around that I'm not familiar with. So can we automate that real quickly? Actually, quick is the wrong word. Can we automate that fast enough? Let's go with that. Because we know for sure it's not quick. But it might not be that slow. Let's see. This needs steel. This needs this, and... Okay, we can split off of here. And it doesn't really matter if it's side-loaded. We don't have any like throughput issues. Okay, I think technically that works. Although I'm pretty sure this is in the wrong way. Wrong order. Yep. Of course it's in the wrong order. Why would it not? Why would it not be? Okay, this should fully automate red chest for me. Don't know how fast. Honestly, pretty slow, but fast enough. Okay, so now we take an upgrade planner, and we do iron chests, steel chest to red chest, which will let us know how much we actually have in the network. Because right now we do have a decent chunk of... We don't have that many coins in the network, but I would like more. And then I don't know if we ever ran the deconstruction planner. Okay, we didn't. And then we should also do some more storage chests. What about placing from steel chest assembler to red chest assembler? Did that not work? Oh, I didn't leave the gap like I thought I did. Thank you. Good catch. There's supposed to be a gap there. Okay, yeah, that would have been a bit sad if I went down and Couldn't actually do it. Okay, so if we're gonna make this work, we need chests, and I'm pretty sure we need a lot of them because we're gonna be mining a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks. Okay, we're up to 9. We're gonna save because I don't trust anything now. We should be done in one rocket. And then do I want lamps? No, I think we just mine in the dark, right? That's the most logical thing to do. We could bring walls. Let's bring some walls for cave. Actually, you know what? If we mine in a straight line, we don't need walls. Okay, I can't wait for this to backfire and not work. But yeah, we need the coins because otherwise we get attacked. Okay, I think we checked and it takes like half an hour to get all the coins I need. That's assuming you don't really get attacked that much. So I might be wrong. We could probably measure it, right? So that was 400. Yeah, let's look. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm gonna start with 0 coins to make this easier. Theoretically, our goal is we need to get about like probably 50k. Okay, so as soon as that gets to the 1 minute mark, I'm just gonna walk in a straight line in mine and see what we get. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And then this is just gonna be like a theoretical maximum. If we can get 1,000 in a minute, I think we can finish our goal, get our goal in time. But it depends. I think it depends how often we are attacked, really. Fortunately, we mine fast and we go pretty fast. We need the rock. We need a mod that replaces the rock sound with Troopin's rock sound. Except we're mining this fast. Okay, so over the course of 30 seconds, I got 155. You know what? That's pretty good. Of course, we lose a decent amount of time doing this. But overall, not bad. Crazy how you guys mines faster than an actual boring machine. Yeah, we technically did increase our mining speed with the command. Originally, this mod was meant for a group of like 30 people or something. So the mod author gave me some commands to fix that, to make it more solo worthy, which included improving my mining speed, improving my reach, and improving mining productivity. Because before we did that, it took me 2 hours to expand my base to get 10k iron, which was not good. It was not good content. I literally spent 2 hours in the mine for every like 10 minutes I spent on my base. So it would have taken probably like 50 hours to do solo. Just because you can't be in 2 places at once. I mean, you kind of can with bots, but we couldn't even get to bots at that rate before biters got too messy. So yeah, that's why we mine as fast as we do. We boosted it 10 times. That felt strong enough. Still doesn't make us equivalent to 30 players, but it's good. It's decent. You know, I don't think we have enough rockets to make this work. What are we up to right now? We have made 2,000 coins. Okay, that's not terrible progress. The biters spawning are definitely troublesome, though. I wonder if I can just outrun them. Although there is a chance if I try to outrun them and don't destroy them, they go back and destroy my entire base. Which would be... I would argue that that's worst case scenario, and I do not want that to happen, right? I think we can all agree that that would be bad. I've also been curious what this mod would have been like if underground mining actually worked in terms of like fluids. Because technically you could mine oil. Mine oil, pump oil, whatever you want to call it. Extract oil. I feel like any of those words work. I mean, mine doesn't really work, but I guess the idea is the same. Generate oil, whatever. Whatever you can do. Produce oil from the ground. You can do that in this mod. However, Well, one, it was 6% per patch, which is terrible. I'm pretty sure that's like, what's the lowest you can go in Factorio? Like 50 or 100? It's a lot higher than 60. So not only were the patches particularly awful, but there was no way to process oil. You couldn't barrel stuff down here because assemblers can't be placed on this surface. He did patch the mod, but it was a bit too late by that point. I already had surface oil, so there was really no point for it. Or I didn't need it at that point. But yeah, there was a mod patch that made it a little bit better, which would have been fun. Okay, we don't have any fish. I think we need to run. Do we die here? I like how I have to like strategically mine rocks so I can run. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there was always the chance that was going to happen. There wasn't much else I could do. And I didn't want to just run because then the biters would spawn everywhere. But that's fine. We know where... I was going to say we know where our backup chest is, but I really don't. Ooh, but it should be a red chest now, right? Nah, it hasn't been upgraded yet. Oh, or it's invincible. You know, that upgrade planner that we just rolled, it doesn't necessarily get every chest. There's a lot of chests it can miss because some of them might be invulnerable. We're 70% of the way to the rocket, though. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get 100k coins. Currently, we are at 45k. I would have to just sit there and mine rocks for the next hour. Actually, wait. Yeah, it would be about another hour, maybe half an hour, if we get lucky with biter attacks or get better at fighting biters. I think we'll just have to end this with some burner designing. Because I don't see myself just sitting here holding right click for an hour and making that interesting in any way. But, and I would, I worked on my outpost a bit and I would like to show that off some, especially since I've talked about it a bit today. Okay. Altice hasn't sent an updated design, so I'm not sure. That's another thing. It's like someone else is also working on the design, or at least the outpost redesign, so I'm not sure how much work I should put into myself if he's also made those changes. But we're looking for power armor right now. Actually, do I really need to go back to the mines? Not really. Does anybody remember where I was standing when I said, hey, look, there's the power armor? The backup power armor. I thought it was by a silo, but clearly that's wrong. So I think I was... Oh, I guess the network doesn't go everywhere. There it is. There it is. It's over by water. Yeah, I guess when you don't have a logistics network covering your whole base, upgrading chests doesn't really do what you wanted it to. Okay, so we have some extra defense. We have some coin if we wanted to buy a weapon. Or you could just run over there and see what happens. Wait, where's my body? Huh. You know, I don't know how we're gonna get up there. If I'm being honest. I don't remember the path we took. I might be able to find it like carved into the wall. Let's see. We just kind of dug a tunnel. And this is how I know I'll never be a spelunker. Dig there? Yeah, after the last time I dug, I'm kind of not convinced I should do that again so soon. At least not with a lack of weapons. I could spend all my money on more weapons. We'll see. Maybe things will be okay. It looks like I had a cave in over here before I kept digging. Or, no, wait, this is a different spot. Yeah, I think digging away there is the only option if we want to get our stuff back. Because we clearly shot some rockets. Oh, wait. I see the labyrinth. Okay. No, this is working. Yeah, it's like Factorio is an actual, like, randomly generated map now. That feels different. Like, I'm not used to Factorio feeling like a cave. Oh, we're about halfway there. Okay, that's progress. And then our inventory is full. Fortunately, we somehow picked up 50 iron. Don't know how, but that will let us build a chest. So that way we can dump our inventory. Because if our inventory is not completely clear, I think bad things will happen when we go to pick up our stuff. Because I don't know how clear it was to begin with. It could be fully empty. Maybe it's nothing to worry about. And then as soon as I see biter spit, I'm assuming I should run. Ah, that's probably okay. Okay, this isn't working. This is... Where's my corpse? Wait. Are we good? We might be good. I think we made it. Okay, I think we're okay. This was a very useless venture. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot more biters than I can handle. It would be nice. I mean, technically you can. I just haven't bought it. I mean, it's not, you can't upgrade the headlamp, I guess, but you can get night vision, which I guess has a similar end result. Although it's not as fun. It makes the colors a little bit muted. I wonder if it would work down here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have bought night vision goggles. Unless they're not in the shop. Or possibly don't work. There is a possibility they just don't work down here. Because I also technically have the always day mod on, which doesn't work down here. So it could be doing like weird things to darkness. So I don't trust its ability to not override everything. But I also don't know how the always day mod works. Okay, that was way faster coming back. So we did all of that for 4,000 coins. Time well spent, huh? Very, very worth it. Let's go to the shop. Do they actually sell night vision equipment? Yeah, this would have been... Probably could have been useful to get this a while ago, huh? I kind of forgot that was in the game until you asked that question. Well, I'm glad we found it 5 minutes before the run ends. That's the important thing, right? We are literally a single RCU away from, I'm pretty sure, beating this. And we just remembered headlamps. Oh, our base stopped working. Excellent. We ran out of acid. Somehow. Oh, yes, that would do it. I think our oil line was cut. Wow. We legitimately produced... We are 3 RCU short. I broke the plastic belt? I don't think I broke the plastic belt. Well, I did break a plastic belt. I did break this plastic belt. But this one's not that important, so I didn't bother with it. But it looks like biters ate the oil. Which this isn't the first time it's happened. Biter bases spawn along here. Pretty common. That's so fun. Like, if we had just a little bit more oil, it probably wouldn't have mattered. Wait, did we lose power? Ah, okay. There's another one that dead ends in the green lane. Let's see. Said I broke a plastic belt, huh? I mean, I don't see backed up plastic anywhere. So if it is, if I did break things with plastic, it hasn't like caused permanent damage at least. Although it has slowed down our red chip production. Yeah, I guess the main thing is it didn't brick our chip lane. Also, we didn't get a victory screen. That was supposed to be the win condition. Hmm. I guess we win? Are you talking about this thing? Okay. Yeah, it cut half. It cut a third of, 2/3 of our red chips. But we probably would have managed without that at least, because I don't think we're red chip limited. But might as well fix it. I really am confused by what this broke. Oh wait, I think. Oh, I know what happened. It auto placed a belt. That started sideloading this. This was never supposed to have. This was never really supposed to do anything. It was just supposed to end. And then auto placement caused this to build and caused this to build. Okay. Hello, Tice. Welcome, welcome. Did you make any more progress on the outpost? Also, I think we're done. I don't actually know. Yeah, dinner. Fair. I was just curious. I was gonna switch to burner designing for the last like half hour or so. Because I think we've technically finished. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Let's see. How much science do we have? 1, 2. We beat the goal that I was told was the end goal, so I don't know. Unless we need 10 additional rockets over the regular rocket, that's possible. It's possible we need... Okay, it is possible we need a total of 11 rockets. I guess the only way to test this is to actually do it, huh? Well, good thing we fixed red chips then. Thank you for that. I thought it didn't matter, but turns out it might. No! Wait, no. That's not a victory screen. That's not a victory screen. That's because I stopped moving and was killed by acid. Popped off too early there. Yay, we won. I mean, I guess that's one way to get a game over screen. You know, that should be a category. Is that could that be even be a speedrun category? It would literally just be find a base with the closest biters, right? There is a chance you can die from the starting fire, which would make it trivial. I don't know if there's actually enough damage in the starting fire to be able to kill you, though. Even if you stand in it. I thought I tested it once. Maybe I didn't. Possible, I imagine that. Okay, I died here. There we go. RCUs are terrible. They should be getting acid. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit delayed. Let's see. We're going to produce about 1 per minute. We can't really do anything. Wait, what if we sit in a car? Is that safe? I have an idea. Because there's nothing productive we can really do here. Wait, we need 1 more radar. Okay, so maybe we don't die. Yeah, what is that? Just changing it to I won the game? Wait, is there a way to just check if game is finished? Can I print that value to... Is there a way to change that value to see if I actually finished and just didn't notice? Would it be like print game state? be this. No, wait, I didn't have a C there. Nil. No, that's not it. Well, that was my only guess. But either way. Victorio. Burner Hundo. Nope. I clicked off of it. Okay, we'll just hear the sounds of rockets in the background. It'll be great. But there's nothing realistic we can do to speed up the last 15 minutes other than by like a couple minutes. So we can just keep it in the corner. I think technically I can actually have both of them up at once. I'm dying slowly. That's all right. We'll just oh. That makes me die a little faster. Wait, I have an idea. Do you think this counts as movement to make me not die from lava damage? Because I think it has a very real possibility of working. I think I've figured out the game. I understand it now. Now we should do this near wall of turrets in case another ant spawn. Sorry, I was thinking of Earth Defense Force. In case another worm spawns. There we go. Okay, let's see if this works. This one can be 1.01. Actually, no, this one should be 1.07. No, which one's which? There we go. Okay, so now we can see if it gets a victory screen. We'll let it go for one more rocket launch and see what happens while we work on this. Ooh, you're right. That's infinite coins right here. Wait, we don't have to do that. We have automation. We don't even need to like fake hold down F. Okay, maybe we do. It'll pick up some of them. Yeah, it'll work. Infinite coins, let's go. It just is like 1 coin an hour. Maybe a little bit low. Okay, so games, not game stays. We need to do outpost stuff. I think I did test, outpost too. So we've been working on redesigns for the outpost. Currently, this is one of the options. So this tessellates really well. It's really dense. It's not that safe, but it can technically be stubbed. So that makes it a lot safer. There are ways to stub this. And then we can also supplement fuel later. Or not fuel, but copper later. So like a little bit of red belt isn't too bad. We produce at least like 1 per second in terms of red belt. So we have some red belt to spare. We can afford like 30 extra red belt to do a supplemental copper like through here. Oh, something spawned. It no longer is there. But yeah, we can do something like this to get copper there. So that's one of the options. Technically, this design doesn't have space for roboports. However, it's thin enough that I could theoretically just do roboports on the outside, and it would be fine. Like, they don't connect through the middle, but I think it's small enough that if they have to cross that gap, it's not going to make the build time that much higher. So I'm guessing I could just do something like this for roboports. Looks like I'm still taking damage. Is it ticking down, or is that from the biter that spawned and attacked me? I think that's from the biter that spawned on me. Okay, let's make it a little bit safer. It's kind of fun having 2 instances of Victorio, even if one of them's really tiny and just like a little bar that we can read. Energy shield. What does an energy shield look like? Is there not a Mark II available? Guess not. Okay, I don't know if this will help, actually. But it might. I think there is a Mark II, it just they don't give it to us for free. Okay, so hopefully this makes it that if a biter attacks us, they don't drop our health much. There's a lot of instances here which cannot pick up coins from the bell. Interesting. Don't know what the issue is with that. Okay. But yeah, we don't technically need to be able to fit roboports in the middle, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It is a little bit harder to make this design work with 3 chests, but it does save a fair amount of belt. Right now it saves about 300 entities. No, right now it saves about 300 entities. But those 300 entities are also like 10,000 solid fuel because a lot of those entity savings are like full length undergrounds. So I think that could be worth it. I don't know if this design actually works. This one requires a red belt of iron down the middle. So I would need either supplemental iron or I'd need to split it in half. So that's when I was mentioning earlier that I needed to do tall versus wide. That's what I meant. So wide would be something more like this. 10k solid fuel is what, 8 minutes? Don't think it's quite that high. Actually, yeah, it's probably about that, about 8 minutes. So it would save about 8 minutes off the run. If it also builds faster, that would be nice. I don't know how I would test that. I guess I could just spawn stuff in chests. I fell off the belt carousel. Thank you. Oh, was I pushed off by the worm? Okay, can we make something push me back if it ever happens again? No, that just made it worse. Okay. Hello, Deshki. Welcome. And thank you for pointing that out. I mean, it's not the worst thing if I die. Nothing really happens, but I would like to not have to keep clicking respawn to unpause the game. But yeah, this split requires me to supplement half a lane of copper down every one, which I can do with one set of red belt each, or 1 or 2 sets of red belt each, which is pretty nice. I don't know if the wide is better or not, though. So I have to go pretty close to the edge of the road. So let's say if we have a wide design, I could use this patch. Like right here, maybe? I could get here, here, and here are realistic options. Basically I need to get estimates for how many entities it'll take. So worst case scenario, that's actually only like 80 belt to get there. 100 to get there. I'm estimating that between both copper patches I have to attach. I can afford up to 300 to 400 red belt each. Not each, total between the two. So it's very... So we can afford to go to copper patches up to twice this distance, no problem. If we want to do a base every 10 minutes. And if we go for 8 minutes, we probably can still do that as long as the patches are a little bit closer. Then we could paste this here. We could probably get this patch. This copper would actually be covered by fuel, so we'd have to use this one. But something like this works. So the wide version doesn't seem to cause problems. And the long version is roughly this footprint. So if we want to do the long version too... See, this one, though, this one actually invalidates this copper patch. The wide version doesn't. So I think there will be instances where either of them could work. This one could possibly do this. But if this one was also long, I could probably build it this direction. And then I could use this copper patch. So I think we can make either work. I think they'll both have... The heck is that? How did I copy the end of the world? How do I have a void? That's weird. I know originally the way we built this was by just copying and pasting the entire grid, which is why it... Because we were testing UPS using actual patches. I wanted to see how much I could reasonably get. And using actual patches and oil... Now, admittedly, they were closer patches than I can realistically get, but they were still actually running patches and not just me running the outpost with infinity chests. We were able to get up to about 8 or 9 million green chips per hour, I believe. Actually, a little bit higher because we our CPU runs better now. Yeah, we got to 75 UPS, so we actually had like a 25% headroom. And yeah, I probably did clone a void area towards the end. Because these look like they were only partially copied correctly. That makes me think they were copied with like the edge of the map when I first placed them. Because we did get to a point where my power requirement changed or was off by a little bit. So I had to spawn a new power plant at the bottom. But either way, I can make... I don't think the important thing is I don't think the length of the outpost is inherently going to be a problem. So we could do the wide or the tall version if we still think it has some improvements. I need to do a performance test though. That's my biggest concern. Because we do let's see. A lot of these are actually considered... A lot of these are technically safer. It's like this right here is a fairly safe design. Not the safest design, but it is pretty safe. So I could avoid skipping logic on that. So while I'd have to add more logic to things like this setup, I don't know where it is. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong row. This one would need logic. This one would need logic. But then I would save the inserter on some of these ones. So I think it would balance out and I wouldn't have that many more inserters on logic. And I don't think having those inserters on logic is going to be a 10% loss in performance. Because as long as I have under a 10% loss in performance for the outpost, that 8 minutes should be worth it. Like the base starting 8% faster, or the base starting 8 minutes faster or so, would probably be about what 10% reduction in performance would be. Because 10% reduction in this is much smaller reduction in the number of outposts, like probably half that in the number of outposts, whenever I account for the miners as well. Maybe less than that, but either way, it would be like 1, maybe 2 fewer outposts, but they all start 8 minutes earlier. And at that point, 20 versus 22 outposts, or 20 versus 21, not going to be a significant hit to my total end time. Ooh, wait, is that a finish screen or an end screen? We did it! No, wait, never mind. That's still a death screen. Look, when it says game finished, we technically finished the game. Okay, so the second time I've been wrong about that. It's getting pretty close, though. What got us? Were we standing on acid? I think we were standing on acid. Let's see, is this done? No, because we accidentally rotated the belt. So in our defense, it might not have been our fault. Okay, well, hopefully that finishes in time. They were supposed to be split 50-50. It's a bit late now. Okay, let's go back to our little hidey hole. Oh, there's a lot of coins here. I don't think our coin chest is working. They don't really spawn perfectly on the belt. Okay. Also, the armor did nothing. I think the lava might just penetrate the energy shield. I don't know. But yeah, that's the state of things when it's for our outposts. They might get a redesign. I think it would help a little bit in start time. But with the state they are now, they are fairly cheap. We know we can afford to run them. And we know if we do this version, it's not going to be it shouldn't be more expensive. That I think that part's I think that's a fair assumption. I don't know why there's so many splitters. Oh, because I was just testing fuel. Yeah, it's a cool design. It just has a couple things we have to like test. Like it is less reliable without logic than the other one is. It has a few more spots that can cause brownouts, but those are fixable with, just adding one circuit to logic. Finally escaping burner purgatory and working on burner hundo. Yes, it's a purgatory where we burn coal for everything, exactly. But no, we're finally finishing the Red Wraith mod. I think we have one rocket left, but there is a chance that I don't know. There is a chance that I was told the wrong win condition. I'm not really sure, but that's what the bottom left is. So you have the sounds and the destruction and music from the bottom left screen. See, that's the thing. There haven't been any. Like, I haven't really noticed any waves from launching that are different than normal waves. So, I don't know. I was told to just launch satellites with launch rockets with satellites and be prepared for wave defense style waves, and I don't know, I haven't really noticed anything other than my normal waves. We might need an outpost piping blueprint. What do you mean? It's slightly underbaked compared to old design, but oh, that's true. It does have a little bit less work put into it. And all of the other, like the belt stubbing should fix a lot of the issues, and belt stubbing should fix some of the issues, and then adding actual logic onto one more inserter I don't think will be a huge hit to performance. With pumps and power. Oh, okay. So that's why I wasn't. I was thinking I might need a pump blueprint. Oh, you stopped rotating. There we go. Sometimes biters push me off that. I'm pretty sure standing on that is the only thing that keeps the lava from attacking me. I think it would be even better. I think it would be even better if we were in a vehicle on top of this, but I don't know. It gives me something to check in on. But yeah, pumps and power. So we have two options there. We can either do a blueprint with pumps and power, or we can just do two pipes. I'm not sure which would be easier, because I will be on a controller. Two pipes would be annoying, but I think two pipes might help. I think one pipe with a blueprint wouldn't be too bad. Because we need like 2,000 oil per second, right? Is there anything special we would have to do with these? Like, I know there's pressure issues, but if I just connect these like in the messiest way they can I produce... How do I test this? How do I test how much oil these produce? Can I void it? Would that give me a good... Would that give me a reasonable number? Let's see, mining productivity 7. We don't actually have that on research. Okay, we'll have 5, and we'll have speed modules in these. Oh, that's what M stand. I saw all the M's, and I just could not think of what that meant. But yeah, the Meme Run Mondays, the Meme Run Monday map, Meme Run Monday mystery madness. Ooh, we could have M. You can only read flow on pumps. Okay, so no, this was my plan. Okay. This should work, right? Although I guess if I just looked at the pumps, that would also work. But I figured we could just look at the production. Okay, so this is not producing 2,000 per second. Wait, how much do we need? I don't remember how much we need. If you had 9 nested Factorio windows on stream at the same time, if you idled in all of them, we would be We could portrait the full hell of Dante's Inferno. That would be a great way to mimic the the purgatory we're stuck in. Yeah, I don't remember how many refineries we need. Hold up. I know it's 71, right? 9. I want to say 71, which is 1500. Okay. Okay, so this would work. So because these are so short, I don't have to think about connecting these and can just do something like this. And that still produces enough. Cool. I don't know if we necessarily need the tank there. Probably not. The idea of the tank was it lets me connect from like 2 different spots. So then what's if we only need 1500, we don't need pipes that often, do we? Factorio fluid system. Let's see. Oh, okay. We need at least every other underground. So this could probably move fast enough. That would be pretty easy to blueprint too, because it can be a big electric pole can reach that far. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. That seems pretty stable. If we like void it, does it still work? Okay, so that can definitely move fast enough. We might even be able to make do with an entire other set in between. Oh wait, if it's longer than the distance of an underground, it's not worth it. Where's Red Rape when he got the perfect idea for his next map, Dante's Inferno? 9 layers of map where you need to launch a wreck on each and it gets progressively harder. I mean, I feel like lore-wise, it is different than this, but gameplay-wise, it's not that much different than that. But I do like the idea of that. Okay, I think we're waiting on... Okay. We're not making this somehow. Why? Why isn't it inputting? That doesn't make sense. Wait, did these need multiple radars? Oh. Wait. They only need... Oh, okay. Hold up. I thought they needed 1 radar. I didn't realize they needed 4. Hopefully that doesn't mean my estimate is off in my actual run. Oh, look at that. We can make exactly the right amount. Awesome. Okay, let's see if this counts as a launch. Ah, darn, I was hoping to speed it up. I guess I still can. Okay, I don't know if this will finish the game. If not, I don't really know. Could be that because we use console command. Oh no, console command should still give you a victory condition. I might have to go with Tice's solution. No idea. So look at that, we beat the game. Wow, we're so good. We're so good at this. I don't know. We were supposed to have beaten after 10 launches of a regular satellite. I don't know what went wrong. But that's what I was told the condition was. Well, okay, I was told the condition was 34 and given a command to change it to 10 because there's just one of me. But I don't know. But yeah, thanks for the GGs. I think technically we beat it like 15 minutes ago. But I wanted to launch one more rocket to see. One of the layers could be sloth. Movement is vastly reduced. Handcraft. Ooh, actually having them themed around that is pretty cool. So not necessarily progressively harder, but just having them themed with Dante's Inferno is good. Or like Sins is a fun theme. Okay, so we can technically do one pump every like 3 and still have enough throughput, but then the power poles don't reach, so I don't think that's worth it. I think we can make do with this. Yeah, well, we can definitely have a pump blueprint. This also has some headroom for me to connect to the pumps later, which is nice. To connect to the refineries. So the refineries shouldn't be that difficult. I think if we just split the pipe into 2 different portions, so maybe we can meet up at like a tank, and then we can just have this, use like 10 more undergrounds or something. Although it's possible, we can probably also just keep the pressure high. Greed would require you to stockpile. Just get 100,000 coins by mining rocks. That's the entire layer. I don't want to see what lust would be in Factorio. We can skip that one. We don't need the biters to become attractive or whatever they would do. Let's we'll do 6 of them. And then let's see. I wanted to test to make sure my idea actually worked. So I went over it a bit earlier, but I was, in the middle of the Meme Run Monday run, where so it conceptually didn't make a ton of sense. But I basically thought of an idea to make the outposts run a little bit more smoothly with the way that I have the fuel being loaded and unloaded. It also gives us the option of not having coal, not necessarily having to bring solid fuel and coal onto the train. Because with the way we have this set up, we need solid fuel and coal, which is a little bit weird. If I'm being honest, it's not the greatest option. Well, it's a little bit annoying to set up, but I thought of this. This is all it needs. If we do this, this gives us enough fuel for the inserters to unload from themselves or to fill themselves. We do have to test it first though, because I know they unload from the last spot first. Oh, I thought that was paused. I don't know if unloading counts as fueling though. So if I click play, okay, cool. So it does also count fueling from the last slot. Because I wasn't sure because they do prioritize fueling over unloading if anytime they can. So yeah, basically the idea is if we have the last slot be fuel, then we don't have inserters brick themselves while filling the train. I haven't not tested it yet, but conceptually, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Because our outposts are half ore, half fuel. So let's set that up real quick. Loader, 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 and loader. And then one of them needs solid fuel, and one of them needs ore. Doesn't matter which ore, as long as they're the same. Okay, so yeah, this should work. Oh my gosh, how did I keep doing that? Oh, because shift right click versus alt right click. That's how I distinguish the two. I don't filter things that often. I can't use middle mouse click. But yeah, this was the old design, or this is the new design, and the old design looks something like. Let's see, that's not lined up properly. The old design looks like this. So if we test this, let's pause it first. This might not actually demonstrate what I'm trying to show, but it's hard to say. Well, let's find out. So ideally, some will brick up. What? What? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Oh wait, right. Loading is based on what side the fuel is on. Wait, so if I just side swap fuel, does that also fix it? I have fuel on the inside, right? No, I have ore on the inside. Wait. There was an issue with the trains. Is there not anymore? I'm so confused. There's no sound at all. There we go. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on. Not sure what's going on at all. Let's see. Solid fuel is on the far side. Why is this acting differently? You know what, let's line it up properly. That'll make things a little bit easier to test. Let's see, we do rails. This could be, it could just be something that's not necessary. That is possible. But if I can decrease the amount of stuff I need on the first train station, it would be nice. Like, it's not like we're super hurting for inserters, but if I can reduce the amount of inserters and make it run a little bit more consistently, that would be ideal. Okay, and then inserters going in here and here. Let's add a delay. I think that would work. So let's back it up with solid fuel, and then we'll add the iron after. Because ideally, there should be a delay. Don't know if there necessarily needs to be that much of a delay, but there should be a delay of some sort. Okay, so that's a good way of causing a delay, right? Yeah, I think that works. I guess the delay isn't necessarily with the fueling. Whatever. We should actually just add circuits to them. But let's try this. We'll copy it. Trains, we'll move it over here, and then the only difference between these two is that fueling order. Okay, let's see. I always forget. Let's just do delete. Yeah, if we delete and undo, that's a decent way to restart it. Okay, well, it doesn't work. So it doesn't work if there's no ore. It doesn't make a difference if there's no ore in the belt. So the delay might cause problems, but how likely is that delay? Yeah, this maybe this isn't. Maybe this doesn't really have enough benefit for it to be worth it. Okay, then let's see how this filling works. Huh. Okay, so they definitely fill based on what's closest to them, which is definitely not what I was expecting. Maybe because I had too many inserters before, or maybe I used to have fuel on a different side. It's possible I used to have fuel on a different side. But this seems fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these are backed up, these are backed up. So it's really just based on how dense the belts are, not necessarily the train order. I guess they only really care about that when unloading, which I guess makes sense. Or maybe if you do chest to train. Okay, so we don't need to redesign it. It doesn't make a difference. So we just need to have 2 extra inserters everywhere. That's okay. Let's work on our building train while we're thinking of it. Stage 1.6, 1.86 should be good. So yeah, we don't have our outpost train, and we don't have our, oh, what's it called? I can't think of the name. Outpost train is missing, and so is our refuel train for our player. Also, I have no idea how long this outposting phase is going to take. Well, okay. I imagine that this part of the run is going to take about 2 hours. We're probably going to spend 10 minutes per outpost, and then 10 minutes per outpost later. So hopefully here from here between launch. Hopefully my bots can build fast enough to actually do this in 2 hours. I imagine they should be able to. Because I don't think bot speed is going to be that limiting. Because like our goal is to do this entire base over the course of 7 hours instead of like 3 hours, right? Because that's what it is in 100%. Like they finished building this base at the like 3 hour mark, right? Something like that, maybe 2, because it has to be done to start building stuff for outposts. So yeah, if we can't do it in 7, then our burners are really bad. I guess we can say they're really bad regardless. But we need to look at this outpost because I realized I don't know. We don't really have any extra. We don't have any extra drills set up. Also, is this the best version of the outpost? This is not the best version of the outpost. Is this the updated version? We do have corner loading. Right, I forgot about that. It's a different kind, but we do technically have that. The issue is they fill 2 by 50 by slings of free items, so that eventually they end room for 1 more solid fuel, and then at the time it takes to fill that slot, it's enough for the rest to start trying to. Yeah, that's the issue. And unfortunately, dropping the stack size down to 2 also doesn't fix the issue, because then it just makes everything slower. So like either way, you're losing 30% of production, except one of them is occasionally and one of them's all the time. So it's not a huge issue apparently, but it is annoying. Okay, so this is the building train. It is designed around 3 rails, 3 trains, which we can technically do, but I might have to expand this, but I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Yeah. Okay. So this was my old design. This is the one I made. This was the better version that someone else made. So the only, and it's not an issue with this design. The only thing that I want to change is I want to spend up to 25% more on every outpost to make it work more consistently. I think that is important because right now, this barely produces enough of each resource as it is. I actually need to double check how much it's producing. But we kind of are underproducing all of our fuel, and I'm just assuming something's back up. If that is not the case, then this doesn't produce nearly enough. So I kind of want to make it aim to have 1 extra row of supplement from like larger patches to make up for that. So first thing first, this is 300 times 0.25. Actually, it's never going to be 0.25, but let's just do 0.25 to be simple. Divided by 15. This is 5 yellow belts, right? If we multiply that times 1.5, so by the time we get mining productivity 3, 5. By the time we get mining productivity 5, this is a little bit worse. See, the only fix is to have 1 to 2 dedicated fuel inserters, so the fuel finishes loading before the main inserters are finished with ore. Unfortunately, that doesn't work that great because they start loading fuel pretty much immediately. Because the issue is we have to have too many inserters anyway. So these last two are almost always going to be grabbing fuel. So I don't think we can really afford to do a dedicated one, because these ones will always be at risk of being used up. But I don't think it necessarily needs to be fixed, because 10 inserters is not bad. I don't know, it's tricky. If we had a separate kind of fuel, it would be a lot easier. Let's see, where could I do a separate fuel inserter? If the site is right, maybe it would work. Okay, this might work. Oh, but this doesn't tessellate. Wait. Well, if we replace it, maybe it's okay. So yeah, if we do something like that, maybe things work out. So this does get us the dedicated fuel inserter. Hmm. If I do a dedicated fuel inserter, I need to change my inserter logic. And if I change my inserter logic, will it be filling slower or faster? Hmm. I don't know. Basically, this has the same set of logic that I normally have on my other outposts. The reading from the belt. Well, it's supposed to. This one doesn't, but it has that kind of logic when it's set up right. It just needs to be added. But it does have that logic, or it will have that logic. But the issue is, anytime fuel is filling, every single inserter stops. And when fuel isn't necessarily the target of what they're filling, that's not a problem. Between 0 and 10% slower? Oh, you mean having just a dedicated fuel inserter? Yeah, I don't think the issue is necessarily having a dedicated fuel inserter. I think the issue is if this is running, all of my inserters stop for like 30 seconds. Why did I replace the inserter when I did that? I clicked undo a few too many times. You can't undo something from previous saves, right? Probably not. Yeah, literally all I had to do. Oh, there we go. So something like this theoretically could work. So this is a dedicated fuel inserter at the end. I guess it only runs when fuel is backed up. Maybe that one should have separate logic. Like it's possible that the fuel filler shouldn't be on logic. So that way it can run while things are backing up. We definitely need an infinity chest though to test stuff right now. Oh, this doesn't have any buffer. Did my design have a buffer? No. Okay, I just relied on a belt buffer then. Weird. I don't know why I would do that. Maybe I realize it's fine. Okay, so if we put some wagons now up here. These aren't running because nothing's backed up. Oh, they're never going to start. We'll just read from this belt for now. Okay, it doesn't move fast enough. It might be okay. This wasn't a great way to test it, though. Okay. Yeah, I guess they're always going to enable and disable themselves. It seems to clear itself fast. Although this isn't the right logic. Wait, am I supposed to be reading from directly across the belt? Did I change how I set these up? I mean, technically it would be better if they read from across the belt, but it's also worse for performance. This logic's not set up properly. We need a prio. I know this is one of my more controversial decisions. I don't think fuel should be prioed towards the miners. That I don't think they should be prioed towards the miners because burner inserter reliability. But other than that, I think this works well. I mean, it's only controversial to the person who made this outpost, I think. But yeah, I think fuel should always be prioed towards inserters first and then drills, which is the opposite of what you would do in pretty much any other situation. But burner inserters are junk. we, we say that for a reason. Okay, so now this will back up for a long time before any of them start. Once it's backed up, everything's fine. Yeah, this is what I meant by we do have stuff on the corner. That's how we unload from the wagons for the fuel wagons. But it's probably not as much of them on the corner as we thought. But yeah, we're messing around with different ways to fill the train right now. Gosh, it takes so long to fill up. Wait, why isn't it working? We have to back up everything for it to run. They're lovely to think about. Yeah, that's accurate. I guess it is filling half the speed it would actually fill in practice. So let's speed that up. That doesn't help. Okay. Maybe if I remove this one, why are they set greater than 0? I guess greater than 0 is fine. It can be any value. It just needs to mostly be here. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we can do greater than 0. Wait, where does half this go? I don't know. I don't know what this does. Don't know what that splitter is. Okay, so that didn't work. What if I have this have no logic, so it can start filling up early? Because this was a solution Tice had. If we have a dedicated inserter for fuel, it will start filling up before anything grabs fuel, or anything really grabs copper. So we do lose about up 10% of our total capacity, but at the same time, it means it's never really going to fill up with fuel, or it's not likely to fill up with fuel. Actually, no, that could lose up to 20%. Because if this one because this is obviously backed up because the train filled, because one of these moved fuel. I don't know if this made any difference. I should have kept one of these as like a sample. Okay, let's just remove part of them. Are these not connected to logic? Oh no, they have no reason to run. It was to split fuel between different lanes. Now it looks like they take from train lanes too. Oh, this thing? Gotcha. So it was just like changed a little bit, but not fully. Makes sense. That's a little vestigial structure. Okay, so these aren't actually filtered. But that's okay. We can undo it. Oh, that might be part of why it was taking so long to work. Are the halves not connected? Huh. No, they weren't. Oh. Basically, all we're comparing is how many inserters brick up there. Okay, so this lost 2, this lost 1. So it's the difference between 1 breaking up versus 2 breaking up. Or 5 breaking up. What? Oh, if that ever happens, that's pretty unfortunate. Oh, and this gets fuel from the other side, so this top half is never going to run. Fun. Okay, well, not really sure what I want to do there then. But either way, I do need to expand the outpost. I hope this doesn't break things. We could cram something in here. Basically, I need the outpost to be up to half a lane larger, and it needs to send surplus fuel to the other lanes, so it is going to make it more expensive. Yeah, 1 brick seems fine, 5 is bad. Yeah, we could do the dedicated one. If it's a little bit more consistent, that's fine. Like, even just a little bit more consistent, it's worth it. 5 is definitely bad. I've never actually seen more than 2 before. You know, this is a legitimate strat for getting fuel. No, it's not worth it. I think because space doesn't matter on this edge, I think we could fit something through here. That should be fine. We actually need to move this. I think we can unload. Yeah, we can unload from the side of the wagon, so we can do a longer train there. Cool. That won't be a problem. This needs to go up 1 tile. Other than that, it's not in the way. Actually, it can go over, and then I can fit 1 more. These aren't lined up. Are they? I guess they're lined up with a different spot than normal. Okay, so we don't really need to do belt weavings over here since this is just edge handling. So this will just make it that we have a little bit extra drills for the larger patches. So that way we're not barely holding on. Because right now we have like the absolute minimum amount of iron we need, which means if like a single drill is missing, we just are rough. The more curved building train, the harder to build it. How so? Because I thought that only mattered. I thought that only mattered if you built it while it was curved, right? Because whenever we build the building train, it's going to be on a straight lane at our outpost, at our main base. So like the only difference it will be here will be unloading. So like this wouldn't cause any problems, right? I mean, I get it would be difficult if I tried to get bots to place it, but we're placing it while it's straight. Unless I'm missing something. But I thought that was the only issue with building difficulty. Because yeah, we're placing it like this. And then it unloads here. I don't think it's going to cause any issues with the storage chest. Yeah, that should work well. I think. They fixed that bug, right? They fixed the bug about a train not being there. I know there was like a weird bug about train hitboxes a long time ago that Glass Bricks ran into. Actually, I don't know who it was. Okay, but either way, we need supplemental iron. Just building by hand would be harder. Oh, okay. So it shouldn't be a concern here then. Gotcha. I was worried it was going to like cause issues with building this section. Well, we have ghosts by this point, right? Or we have roboports by this point, right? Oh, I guess we don't. We don't have personal roboports. I see. Okay. So just mechanically would be more difficult. Does that work? That makes it a little bit easier, right? I wasn't expecting that to work. Okay, yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so that should be better then. And then let's see, how are these split? I think if we send 1 left and 1 right, we should be good. And these will be unprioed. That's the goal. I don't want these to be prioed. Side loading doesn't matter. Okay, that looks all right. Ooh, this is tricky. This is where fuel supplements. Okay. You know what? I think that's a... Never mind. That... Huh. Okay. If we just sideload once more here, I think we'll be okay. Because I don't think any of these are full, right? Yeah, technically these are pretty far from being a full belt, so sideloading here should boost my production a little bit. And then it gets balanced later. We have too many inserters on every train. I think this works. I think that works. I have no idea why this lines up so weirdly. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I will have to move this. We'll move this. We're making the outputs a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. Okay. Now we have something we can copy. We can do this a couple more times. And then we run into the same issue as last time, where it just kind of has to end. How many did we go up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one only got to 4. We could technically do one more if we went around, but I don't think that's necessarily worth it. Yeah, this gives me 23 plus 30, 25. This gives me a few more miners extra. Wait, hold on. This saturates the belt. We have to flip some of them. 25. Let's flip at 18, I think. 17. 17 seems good. Then over here, let's do 17 would be this way. Okay. Ooh, wait, hold up. That's on the right side of the belt. So this might work. This might work. It got complicated pretty quickly. I was not expecting to hit a wall that that fast. Yeah, that doesn't work if this can't go to at least 2 separate ones. What if I go lower? What if I go here? I think I can make that work, right? So I could go through the middle. And then that would force a side load, but I could side load here and then go through. Okay. So the only issue with this is that it doesn't work, right? I think it's on the wrong side of the belt. Yeah, it's on the wrong side of the belt. But that's an easy fix. Okay, so that's 1 side load, 2 side load, 3 side load, and then... Honestly, should I just go through all of them? I think I should just go through all of them. Because this is going to be deprioritized. So it's only going to fill in gaps if there are any. I don't like how I don't like this split. But I do like how it looks overall, though. I think I should actually only send like 4 the other way. Because realistically, how important is this, right? Maybe I should do 50-50. I could do 50-50. Maybe that'll work. 50-50 like before. So that would be here. And then we can do this split the same way. I think I like that. Because it should balance out. And hopefully it won't be a massive problem. Or even much of a problem at all. Is this for the starter base? Yeah, so this is the outpost for the ore patches early on. where I need about 4 red belts out of every patch consistently. The future outposts, I don't have the saturation. I don't saturate the patches as much in the future. Just because, I don't know, it seemed a lot trickier to design an outpost that didn't have like too many compressors if I wanted to make like a circle. So I don't have mining productivity yet. I have like three researches of it, or 2. But yeah, we don't have it yet, so I guess these don't saturate the belt completely. So I could just send them all one direction, because it will take a while for them to saturate the belt. And I guess by the time that they do, it's the cost of like 2 drills. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. 2 is blue science, 3 is purple. Yeah, I just don't remember if... I think purple science is started right before trains, but I don't know how much it costs. If it costs like 1,000, it is a bit farther away. Are you going to eventually do a green circuit outpost, or just build a bigger base for... Ooh, you haven't seen my green circuit outpost? Well then, let's pull that out. So this is my green chip outpost. Well, one version of it. We are working on a slight redesign to make it a little bit smaller, but we're aiming for 15 to 20 of these. Each one produces 400k per hour. Yeah, the 100% guys are here. But yeah, this is my GC outpost. So it connects to 1 iron patch that's like enough for 3 red belts of iron, and then it connects to 2 copper patches that are about 4.5 belts of iron each. 4.5 yellow belts of iron each. We produce solid fuel locally, so we'll need to use pumps and undergrounds to get a high enough throughput to produce as much solid fuel as we need. It takes about 30 minutes to start, which is a lot. That's a lot. But it does take about half an hour to start the outpost, and that's not counting building time. But that's because we need to produce 40,000 solid fuel on site to actually start it. We can send trains, but I did a quick estimate, and like an entire train, like an entire 8-wagon train, only saves like 8 minutes of the start time, and it makes the train signaling so much harder that I don't think it's actually worth it. Because I think I'll spend more time building train signals than I save off of the run. I think I would be better suited just getting the outpost done early. I know realistically you should be limited by the bot build speed or your base's build speed, but I expect I'll be mechanically limited just due to not having practice building the outposts. But yeah, it uses direct feeding. We can only keep it running for about 3.5 to 4 hours. And yeah, I am a little bit out of my mind. But the goal is to do this in one stream. Fully submittable if I really wanted to. I think the date is either going to be September 1st or maybe the week after. Is currently what I'm aiming for. It's going to be like a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. stream, most likely. The base is designed for about 12 hours. But I get UPS limited at... I expect to be UPS limited at about 5 million green chips. It is going to be a very strong last place by 2 hours. But, you know, it's for what it is. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. Do we have one that's running? It looks cooler when it runs. Yeah, so that was another thing. Thanks for reminding me. I think I might do it on a Sunday instead of a meme run Monday. I'll do a poll. I will do a poll. I also need to... Hold up, I need to add to my to-do list. Add supplemental iron to original train. But yeah, I'll probably do a poll. I'm thinking because it's going to be a 12-hour stream, I don't think doing it on a Monday would necessarily be a great idea. I know normally I like doing meme runs on a Monday, but I feel like more people are just free during like the Sundays, like whole range of Sunday, but we'll see. If people prefer Monday, we can do Monday. I just figured that might line up better with both American and European schedules. But we'll see. If people do expect meme runs on Mondays, so I might just do it on a Monday. It's sub 10 hours. Yeah, it's like 10 something. But yeah, it's I mean, it wouldn't be the slowest 100% run done. It would just be the slowest on the leaderboard. But it's a run I've spent like 150 hours designing. I really like the idea of burner stuff. It's fun. Trying to remember how I name things. There we go. 380k per minute final. It doesn't like loading all the blueprints. I actually have 3 sets of 100% blueprints right now in my game, in my save folder. So it takes a while to load things. Don't you dare go below 9 and bump you farther back. I think if I can, I would be ecstatic if I could somehow get 9. But the outposting phase is designed to be 5 hours long. So I don't think you're in that big of a risk of me going sub 9, considering perform UPS bottlenecks me at a 4 to 5 hour outposting phase max minimum. But yeah, this is when it's running. Oh right, there are other versions of the game. I kind of forget there's other leaderboards. Woo! So I can say I'm not fast technically compared to other leaderboards. I'll take it. Oh right, if somebody got a faster time, I wasn't looking at obsolete runs. That probably shows more too, huh? But either way, I'm gonna be happy with it every time I get. As long as we can finish it, I will be so happy. And I would like to do it a second time with refined blueprints. But anyway, these outposts run for about 3.5 hours. Outpost phasing is going to take 5 hours, so you can see there is a little bit of an issue there. With the 45-minute total start time of outposts, the overlap isn't that large. So I could just accept that my first couple outposts will stop running. We have proposed a couple of ideas. There are ways I can paste a blueprint on top of this one later that adds a second set of chests. So like I could have a blueprint that looks like this. And then later in the run, I can paste this over my outposts that have stopped. Performance-wise, that's not a great way to do that because it means I now have 3 inserters constantly running instead of 1. But it would be better than setting up an entire new outpost. So I don't know. Not entirely sure. It would be best if I could do the chests early, but if I don't have them at all, that's obviously ideal. So if I can lower my time goal, I don't have to worry about it. Because there is a possibility I can do an outpost every 8 minutes. I think my base has the production for that. Because we do produce about 600 red undergrounds per 10 minutes, which means I do have excess red undergrounds, and that's our biggest bottleneck to doing more outposts. That and bots. But we'll be working on a new bot design tomorrow, I believe. If I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm actually not sure. One of my friends is supposed to be here in the morning, but if they don't make it, it would be during stream time. But we'll do it next burner stream. But yeah, it's a pretty solid outpost. This entire thing, 380k chips per hour. So we want about 380, 1, 2, 3 times. We want at least 13 to get 5 million per hour. I think I can get up to 18 before my before I like max out the 5600X or 7600X3D, whatever I have. 7800X3D. Yeah, that's what I have. And it's still, I'm going to be pushing it to its limits with this run. I'm super stoked. But yeah. I think that's the notable parts about the outpost. It'll be fun. Oh, and we also have logic on the inserters. That's another important thing. Because some inserters, I cannot place them in a way that they won't die immediately because burner inserters are garbage. Like, you can't have a burner inserter grab from a belt that's going away from it and not have it die at, like, slightly lower levels of fuel. I refer to this as unsafe. Like, if it gets fuel close together, it's fine, but it won't get fuel like that. Just, like, I can guarantee with how splitters work and how bot build times works, it will not get fuel. So it's going to keep trying, it's going to keep trying, and it's going to fail. And it's pretty much guaranteed to brown itself out before it ever gets fuel, because it's just going a little bit too fast in the opposite direction. And until 2.0 comes out, there's no fix for that. So instead, we put the inserters on logic, and anything that is unsafe and would brown itself out doesn't get activated until fuel is backed up on every other belt. So we do lose a little bit of production early, but it means we don't lose 30% of our entire production over the entire base. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff like that thrown into our base. And I don't know, safe seemed to be like a decent way to describe it. So that's how I've started referring to it as. And I don't know, I think they're fun, despite the fact that they are absolutely awful, and I would not recommend anyone use them ever. They're fun, and you should do burner stuff. But I think that's it for me today. Let's see, I'm assuming... Is anyone live? I feel like I should raid someone today. I don't normally raid people. Does anyone have an idea? Ooh, reach me. Not speedrunning, but I... Wait, is their title reach me or are they reach me? Okay, we could raid reach me. Yeah, let's say hello to them. I see them in chat sometimes. But yeah, super stoked for it. I will 100% be up sharing the blueprints afterwards. But UTA is about 3 to 4 weeks. Making great progress. Hopefully I can do practice next week. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Right, there's like a 30-second delay, isn't there? 10-second delay. Okay, that's not too bad. Sometimes I say peace, and then I wait like 10 seconds for a delay, and it'll be awkward. Yeah, see ya.